Hello everybody, this is emmavoid back once again with another episode of my Paradise Killer Let's Play. Last we left off, we finally managed to make our way to the scene of the crime itself, and figured out who pulled the trigger at least. But there's still a lot more to find, I think, and so we definitely don't want to jump the gun. So, yeah. At this moment, I believe that we are working on making sure... Oh, did we talk to everybody? I think we've talked to everybody at least once. That guy, her, him. Yeah. Yeah, we've talked to everybody at least once. And, oh right, and we also spoke to her a second time. And she, of course, denied the allegations of the evidence that we found, but what that means is mainly that we just need to figure out the truth behind the evidence we found. And we got lots of people to poke and lots of stuff to, well, lots of places to search, and yeah, we got this. One way or another. Anywho. Hey buddy, let's have a chat. First off, we'll hang out a minute.
I'm glad to be back.
What do you recommend, Sam? How long since you had a drink?
Ooh, the investigator is here.
3 million days. Feel like catching up? Hit me. Make it a large one. How about starting with a highball? Sounds good. Please enjoy. Ah, that's a good highball, Sam. You're too kind, LD. I'm still practicing. This is Dead Nebula's Beyond Horizon, a nice blended whiskey. It has a crisp flavor and a sweet, smoky aroma. It goes perfectly with the soda water and a garnish of mints to make a nice highball. Don't be modest, be proud. I do not wish to be presumptuous, but an artisan can never be satisfied, can they? There's always another facet to the diamond that is perfection, wouldn't you agree? You said it, Sammy. The endless pursuits. It is a curse and a blessing, isn't it?
Sure.
It creates a restless mind, frustrated by not being able to practice, but in the moments of doing, you are in heaven. Precisely. The key to a highball is the ice. This ice is frozen at -20 degrees centigrade. It makes the ice harder so it doesn't melt. You can enjoy the taste of the ingredients without them being diluted. The ice is cut to provide a tight fit in the glass. A highball has to be stirred gently so the soda doesn't fizz. You stir without the ice moving apart. It chills it nicely, doesn't it? You always make the perfect drink. Please, LD, I'm still learning. I need to go and breathe life back into paradise. Good to talk to you, Sam. It is always a pleasure, LD. Please stop in again, won't you? Absolutely. Like I said last time, I'm still not sure what we get out of increasing our relationship with characters, but I imagine it might be important. Also, it's cool to get to know them more. Anywho, time to grill. Did you see Yuri last night? Lydia tried phoning him. You should ask her, shouldn't you? Yeah. Any idea why Lydia's knife was outside the penthouse? No idea, LD. You sure it's hers? Sammy, come on. She didn't mention losing it or using it to do a bit of murder or anything. Not sure how I can help, LD. I'm always not unsure on which of those to pick. Which options to be like, hey, maybe I should be tougher on this one, or maybe jokey on this one. I don't know. Alright. What do you know about the Fourth Holy Seal? I don't think I know anything. No one does, do they? Want to tell me what a lump of flesh cut from a god is doing in a security safe in your storeroom?
Is that true, Alzi?
What flesh? Sammy.
Don't think so, Alzi.
I don't know what you're talking about, LD. Is someone trying to frame me? Did someone plant it there? Did you plant it there?
I don't like
Don't
this.
make this harder than it needs to be. I promise you, LD, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, if anything, I get the feeling that the two of them are more likely being set up to take the fall. But I don't know. What do you know about the Third Holy Seal, Sam? I don't know a thing. All of the seals are mysteries, aren't they?
Crime cannot hide.
You know anything about an unauthorized distillery in the Dead Zone?
What?
Ah, the Dead Zone has an aura. The structure of the island is corrupted there. It gives whiskey a unique taste. Surely the whiskey is tainted as well. It's quad filtered. The flavor is there, but the taint is removed. It's clean. You should try some. I know it's illegal, but how many times do you get to have whiskey blended in demonic hot zone? I needed to know. You understand, right? I found a chiller containing a blood vial at your little distillery. What? What chiller? Don't test me.
That's it.
Why is the label scratched off? That's not my business, is it? That vial came from Doomjazz, didn't it? The doctor? It's for my prescription. Prescription, huh? Did you see the Grand Marshal last night? Akiko? Didn't see her, I'm afraid, LD. You should ask her yourself, shouldn't you? Yeah. Did you see the architect last night? Have you asked the architect, LD? That'd be my first stop, wouldn't it? Did you see the doctor last night? He said he'd been in his clinic, didn't he? Is there anything else you can tell me about Henry's movements last night? You've been to the Desolation Cell yet, LD? You should ask Akiko, shouldn't you? Did you see a witness to the end last night? I've got nothing except what I heard at the crisis meeting, LD. He was in his apartment, the Carmelina. You should ask them, shouldn't you? What do you know about the murder of Grace Bloodlines? I don't know anything, do I, LD? Know anything about demons on the island? There shouldn't be any demons on the island, should there? Okay, worth a shot. But didn't quite get anything of particular interest, other than wanting to check in with the doctor about that bottle. Where to next? Alright, this is where to next, because I still need to unlock the safe.
Nightmare computer. Nightmare computer unlocked.
Pile bunker gauntlets. Huh. Pile bunker gauntlets. What? Sam's still got a pair of pile bunker gauntlets kicking around. Once an assassin, always an assassin, I guess. They're well used. Looks like they only have one charge left in them.
Glad to be back.
They'll probably come in handy. I'll borrow them for a bit. Pile... High-end destructive weapon that can punch through thick material only has one use left. Ooh. I have an idea of where we could use that. First, however, I'd like to have a word with these two again.
Henry Division.
Alright, Henry. Let's talk, Henry. What
The
now?
investigator is here.
What's it like living as a citizen on the islands?
Whatever you fucking say.
Just swell. Non-stop praying and working. You were in school when you were possessed. We all get an education. Most of us don't need it. We're just going to be put to work down in the caverns. Some get cushy office jobs, but the rest of us slave away.
Wado. fucking surprised.
Maybe you fucks should resurrect your gods faster if any would resurrect your gods faster if any of us gave a shit. Kidnapping and enslaving people really isn't a way to get a crowd enthused about the prospect of reviving monsters from the other side of the cosmos.
Whatever you fucking say.
Whatever. Hey, boost our relationship, why not? Did you go through the barracks last night? Why are you asking? The only statue of New Knight is in the barracks. Well, I guess I did then. Good investigating, you nailed it.
What fucking ever?
Any fucking idea how that happened? What everyone is saying about what you did last night might be wrong. Some excitement, finally. Did you see Yuri last night?
Shocked.
Who the fuck is that? Okay. You've got a locked safe in your apartment. Can I get into it?
Are you
Get
fucking
fucked,
kidding me?
investigator. Worth a shot. What can you tell me about the murder of Grace Bloodlines? I killed her, didn't I? You were found guilty of it.
Shocked. Stunned.
Then why the fuck are we talking? You know I did it.
The facts and the truth.
A guilty conviction and the truth are not the same thing.
Must be the bad guy.
If I'm the suspect in so many crimes, I must be the bad guy, right? That's what I'm here to find out. No memory of killing Grace, but believes he did it. Did you go through the bloodlock in the council building? What does the one in the armor say? Akiko, that you killed the council, so you went through all the holy seals. There you go, then. No memory. Uh-huh.
The investigator is here.
I found your blood on the lock. That puts you at the scene.
Fucking surprise.
And why are you asking me? Do you know anything about your father? What do you think? He wasn't around when I was born. Did your mother know him?
Demon wants to see this island scorched into nothing.
I think so. She'd never talk about him. I think she loved him. She was scared of talking about him. Find my father. I kind of already have. Henry, do you know the name Aiz Kiwami? Never heard of him. Is he my dad? Looks like it. Is he a good man?
Sorry.
He, took his own life a few years ago. I'm sorry.
Whatever you fucking say.
Fucking perfect!
Demon wants to see
At least he doesn't know what his son did.
scorched into nothing.
Allegedly did.
Are you fucking
What
kidding me?
fucking ever. Did you see the Grand Marshal last night?
What a
Of course I
fucking
saw her.
surprise.
She was supposed to execute me, right? I don't remember a fucking thing, but that's what was supposed to happen, right? Did you see the architect last night? Who? Doom Jazz. How should I know? Yeah. Witness to the end. Oh, well, I do know about that. Loads. I know so much. My mind is bursting with knowledge about whatever you... whatever the hell you're talking
Whatever
about.
you fucking
Fuck
say.
off! What do you know about the fourth holy seal?
Of course.
What the fuck is that? One of the very... Uninterested.
Are you
Get with the
fucking
program. I
kidding
have no
me?
memory. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Know anything about demons on the island? Besides me?
Not a
No.
fucking thing.
Alright, well, worth a shot. But we also have some questions for you.
Grand Marshal Akiko 14.
First
Oh,
up,
I'm glad to be back.
go on a minute, Akiko. You're going to die. Humor me. Sinaibevre.
Sure.
Why did you become a soldier? What is this? What are you doing? Trying to get to know you. Listen, Nenrochito, I'm waiting to execute this Labiju. Labiju? Labiju? I don't remember how she pronounced it. Not have a therapy session.
Sure.
Akiko, you're the greatest soldier the Syndicate has known. What is this? Respect? You repelled the 19th Sequence invasion? I just want to know about your military background. Surely that's not too much to ask. Bine necesita este un Cosma. My parents died in the wars when I was 9. I was orphaned into the army of New Knights. I became a child soldier mastering guerrilla warfare. At 13, I led an insurgency through my home country to push your lover, damned Harmony, out of my country. He's not my You were deceived by him and nearly allowed him to destroy the Syndicate. Yeah, well. Now here I am, talking to you and wishing I was dead. Do you like killing? I'm not a murderer, I'm a soldier. I didn't say murder. Killing and murder are different. It's the first intelligent thing out of your mouth, Nenrochito.
I'm a soldier.
A soldier has a job to do. We disconnect from life and become blades. We fight to give the world meaning. The world needs conflict. What am I doing talking to you like this? Carefully, Kiko, you almost opened up. Goodbye, Nenrochito.
You're trying to find the wrong truth.
Nenrochito.
The
Is there something else,
investigation
Akiko? No, it's nothing. Is it nothing? I need your help, Akiko. No one has anything on Lydia and Sam. Surely the head of the military keeps an eye on people. Fine. Nenrochito, I'm not one for gossiping. This is a time of crisis, so I'll tell you what we know.
Got it.
We?
That's a lie,
The God Justice Marshals. Keep up. My marshals have told me they've seen Lydia and Sam meeting in secret at the farm.
That's
Why the farm? That is your job, investigator. Alright, not really that helpful, but... Does your relationship with Captain Voth have anything to do with
You need
this?
to back off.
Nenrochito. An illicit relationship that got found out would be
Do
punishable.
you want to die?
I'll kill you!
I have a bad feeling. about
Careful.
this. Crime cannot.
You've been asking for the marshals to be inducted, haven't you? It's a reasonable request. We guard these islands. But you've been denied. What if there was an incident that prompted the council to reconsider? The crime to end all crimes on the eve of Perfect 25, for example. I admire you, Nenrochito. You believe so fully in all sorts of little stories and fantasies. It must be nice being so credulous, undaunted by the world.
Don't test me.
Is that a denial, then? Of course. You were found out. You are going to be punished next island for your relationships with your marshals. That gives you a clear motive. Kill the council to protect yourself.
Nenrochito, you're out of your mind.
Esti blind
The
rat.
investigator is here.
Which means... You are full of shit! You don't know anything. I live by the rules. I am a woman of honor. We'll see about that. What about you wanting to expand the roles of the marshals? Where have you pulled that from?
Crime is repulsive.
You want exorcism to be a marshal role. It makes sense. We hunt them, might as well do the next step.
Don't test me.
Sounds to me like you're making a land grab to boost the importance of the marshals. Believe what you want, Nenrochito. Where did you say you were when you phoned
Do
witness?
you want to die?
You'll make my life unbearable.
Got it.
I'm just trying to find the truth.
You're trying to find the wrong truth.
I called him as I left the desolation
The
cell.
facts and the truth are not
Well,
the
I've
same.
been able to access your phone records. They say you were elsewhere.
Nenrochito.
Nenrochito, where?
Guys feels
Why
wrong.
don't you tell me where you really were? I was here. How did you access that data? Running witness's phone through a comms tower. Esti Prost, you tried to backtrace the position of an encrypted phone through a comms tower. Of course the location is different. The encryption bounces the signal around.
Sure.
I'll take your word for it. Does the doc have a motive for killing the council? I don't have anything to say about the doctor. I found a photo of you in his boat. I have nothing to say, Nenrochito. Do you two have a history?
Kill you.
I said I have nothing to say. Gosh, she's so pissed. Did you see the doctor last night? I told you he came to examine Henry after we found the lobby show.
Sure.
That was after the murder. Did you see him before? No, I was busy. Did you know about a back door in Doomjaz's clinic? That's Pula. He brought the power grid down a few years ago. When it came back online, that computer blew out. He was ordered to get the door fixed, but he never did.
Nanny, the hell?
How did he bring down the power? The reality folding drive kicks out an unfathomable amount of power, but the grid is fragile. A fine balance is maintained. The doctor tapped into the HQ's grid for some tests he was doing that needed extra juice. There are official channels to go through to get extra power, but he doesn't care. When he gets excited about something, the Syndicate moves too slowly for him. When he fired up his equipment, the HQ's grid went down. When it came back up, a number of systems blew out. It caused chaos. Why wasn't he forced to get the computer fixed?
Put your head on a spike.
He has a lot of visitors and likes the secrecy. That Pula wasn't in any rush. He smooth-talked his way out of it. Interesting. When you found Henry, did you see a bloody bottle lying around? Disperse for bestie.
The hut.
What bottle? There wasn't any bottle. Or why are you wasting time?
This a fact?
You saw nothing to suggest the blood in Henry's stomach had been administered artificially. Of course not. Stop dragging this out with stupid theories. Did you see Yuri last night?
Nenorochito.
You're making me mad, Nenorochito. Who cares what his alibi is? The murderer's in the cage. Why didn't you let Doomjazz examine the dead bodies of the martial guards? There was no need. They had been carved up by the monster, who, as I keep saying, is in custody. Surely even the investigation freak can see it's an open and shut case. Oh, that's why everyone keeps calling her Freak. Because she's the investigation freak, and that's like her thing. Okay, I gotcha.
Got it.
If it was, I wouldn't be here. What happened with the prisoners you removed from the barracks prison? It's classified, Nenorochito.
Crime cannot
I
be
disagree. Why were they removed? Investigator, they were being processed before the slaughter ritual. We don't just open the prison gates and let them wander over to the
The
temple.
investigator is here.
They were removed before the slaughter ritual. What happened to them? They were processed and returned to their
I
cells.
have a bad
The logs
feeling
don't show
about
them
it.
being returned.
Touch.
You don't have access to the full martial network, so you can't prove that. You also don't get to question how I run my army. Tell me about you and Voth. Captain Voth.
Hut.
My god, don't you dare speak about my marshals without proper rank.
Oh, the facts and the
You were
truth.
in a relationship with him.
Kill you.
Relationships between myself and the marshals is expressly forbidden. Doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Chedraku.
Watch yourself, Nenrojito. A lot of murder has happened on this island. Would anyone notice some Pizda investigator going missing? I would assume so, actually. During Henry's exorcism 10 years ago, you left Grace Bloodlines alone with him. Why are we talking about this, Nenrochito? How does this relate to the council murder?
It.
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Hut.
Yes, I made a mistake.
Don't like this.
This seems to be a pattern. A hit on the street is that you're trying to expand the responsibilities of the marshals. You wanted to fold exorcism into the duties of the marshals.
Love dies.
Sure would be helpful if a demonic threat killed our exorcist.
Hut.
I should kill you for that accusation. Tell me about the message you got from Carmelina on the day of Henry's exorcism.
Hut.
What message?
When love dies.
Carmelina sent you a message telling you to leave Grace alone with Henry.
Hut.
No, she didn't. I have a copy of the message right here. Someone's giving you false evidence, Nenrochito. The architect was there that day, but she didn't tell me to do anything. She doesn't have authority over me.
Is this a fact?
Then why did you step out of the room? I considered the scene and prisoners secure. I needed to make sure that the architect was safe. Corrupted areas are full of danger. Yeah, she really doesn't want to give us any info about it, though. Did you see the architect last
Do you
night?
want to die?
You should ask her, Nenrochito. I'm not her babysitter. Did you see Witness to the end last night? He was at his apartment. My marshals secured him when Henry escaped. Go and ask him about it. What do you know about the Fourth Holy Seal? Si se contesta hasta. Sorry, I said, what does it matter? Whatever it was, this Labiju got through it and needs to be executed. Serios, trebue satin iduni nenrochito.
I have a bad feeling about
Thanks for your help. Do you know anything about the third holy seal? I know this Labiju went through it and killed the council. Know anything about demons on the island?
Hut.
We exterminated them, Nenrochito. Alright. Worth a shot. So, will that new tool I found get me in here? I thought this might be where I could use it. Where else then? Ah, dang it, I was so excited I thought I'd be able to get into there. I mean, maybe there's nothing of interest actually down there, but I don't know, I want to explore. Ah, see how it is, game. That's weird. Should be literally right here. Hello? Where are you? Where is the thing? Well, fine, be that way then. I need a drink. Dead Moon. A fruity carbonated drink with added vitamins and minerals, sold at a discount to deep factory workers. Ugh. Well. Alright. Hey you.
One last kiss.
Let's chill. Got time to chat? I have all the time in the world. Until the island ends. What's your take on Perfect 25? There is no such thing as perfection. The Syndicate is obsessed over demonic corruption, but turned a blind eye to the corruption of itself. Are you expecting Perfect 25 to fail? Fail is a broad term. Nothing lasts forever, does
what
it?
mysteries are around us.
Everything changes, including
I
perfection.
don't like this.
I don't think many people want to hear that.
You happy with your truth?
A human's folly. Believing whatever you want isn't acceptable. You can tell how far society is away from collapse by how many people flock to demagogues. Are you saying Carmelina is a demagogue?
What mysteries are
She's the one
around
peddling
us?
perfection, isn't she? The one offering the easy answer to all our worries. Perfection is a lie. Perfection will crumble. Perfection is sold to
Those
fools.
are facts, but are they the truth?
Do you think we can achieve perfection, Investigator? That's what I'm here to find out. I hope you do, Investigator. Alright. Anywho. Did you see Yuri last
You
night?
happy with your truth?
He was in the gardens, Investigator. But what if there was a gap? You should speak to Lydia. I already did.
Got it.
Know anything about demons on the island? I was wondering when you'd encounter them.
That's weird.
Them? I have seen a lot of things, watched a lot of people do a lot of things. Have you heard the rumors? A secret demonology research room, run by someone that it shouldn't be.
Ooh, the
Where?
investigator is
I
here.
already know that. You should go and speak to Crimson. She'll be able to help. There's a secret in the dead zone, but there's a problem with that, isn't there? The dead zone is off limits. You need the correct key to get in, and you'd be
Who
logged.
would benefit from a
Precisely.
crime like this?
What if there was another way in, though?
What mysteries?
A tunnel, perhaps? What tunnel? We already know about the tunnel! Do you like to drink, investigator? A nice wine on a summer's evening at the best bar in town?
You paying
A
attention?
stroll afterwards, perhaps? Behind the bar, exploring the world, and what do you find?
Don't test me.
I already know. Who? That's the interesting bit, isn't it?
You paying
Our dear
attention,
witness going
investigator?
where he shouldn't.
Sure.
Anyone else? Mr. Daybreak is a very naughty boy, isn't
I'm
he?
glad to be back.
So, deciphering all of that, Witness has been using a tunnel behind Sam's bar to get into the dead zone so he can use the secret demonology lab. But it's good to have it as a point in our folder, so whatever. I am so frustrated with your literal way of talking sometimes. Yeah, well. Did you see the architect last
Who
night?
would benefit from
Have
a
you
crime
asked
like
Witness?
this?
Convenient she was there, isn't it? Do you know anything about the Third Holy Seal? Who could get through there?
You paying
A special lock requires an unusual key. Yeah, not a lot of use. Alright, well. Oh. Ooh, what's this? I am downright amazed at what I can destroy with some pile bunker gauntlets. Oh! I just so happened to run into this thing, apparently. What is it? Who the hell are you?
Mother? No, you are not her.
That's strange.
Who are you?
Mother called me the Nonigat.
The Nonigat, a child born into darkness, born never to be known.
Got it.
Who is your mother?
Corridor lady.
The corridor lady. Corridor lady.
That's weird.
Who's that? What corridor?
To the fabric.
Built into the fabric. The corridors.
Sure.
Why are you here?
I thought I escaped. You
Thought I
cannot
escaped.
escape.
You cannot escape blood. That's a gunshot wound. We need to get you treated. No, I
They
failed.
want me dead.
They want me dead.
I have a bad feeling.
Who wants you
about
dead?
this.
Mother and the man. Oh, I was just saying last time around. Yep. That there's a secret kid.
The investigator is here.
Who's the man? Sometimes a friend, sometimes
I
not.
don't like this.
Why do they want you dead? What did you fail
My
at?
death.
Oh.
Don't test me.
Was your destiny killing the
The
council?
council, the dead people in the room.
Yes, the council is the dead people in the room. Yes.
Then yes,
Huh.
he shot me.
I killed them. My knife danced. The room became red. I wasn't the only monster in the room. It wasn't supposed to be there.
What the hell?
Interesting. What do you mean?
See the lights that were
I made this. She thinks I didn't. I know more than she thinks. See the lines that were hidden. Corridor
There is
key.
no room in paradise for me.
There is no room in paradise for me. You need to see why. You're going to die if you don't get treated.
Life has been bad.
Oh,
I shouldn't have been born.
oh, this poor guy. I mean, like, yeah, he's technically also the murderer, I guess. Holy crap.
That's strange.
No, don't. Oof. One hell of a death rattle
What
there.
the hell?
He slit his throat.
Got it.
Just
The
perfect.
investigator is here.
Who really were you? What the hell is going on here? I can take a blood sample at least.
Analyzing.
The blood sample isn't in the database, but there's a hit on some of the DNA. What the hell? This blood has Carmelina's DNA. Called it. It's not her blood, but it could be her offspring.
That's weird.
Was Danyon Gate her child? Danyon Gate. That name is hard.
Sure.
His sample matches the one used to open the third seal blood lock last night. That puts him in the penthouse at the time of murder. Well, what did you know? Ais Kiwami's blood matches Danyonegate's. Oh. Does that mean Carmelina and Ais Kiwami had a kid together? Huh.
I don't like
Daddy's boy got through the blood lock because he had council blood. There's some kind of strange flesh fused to his body. What is this? Oh, it's the god flesh.
Ooh, the investigator
Is this the flesh from Crying Grudge that Carmelina fused with someone? Was this used to get through the fourth holy seal? He has a knife. It's a perfect blade. It's covered in blood. Starlight can analyze it.
Got it.
His own blood and all of the council members. Is this the murder weapon? There's no blood on here that matches the marshals guarding the council building. The blade is perfect as well. It wouldn't have caused the ragged gashes in their throats. Somehow he got to the council without going through the guards. I mean, yeah, I got that part figured out. This knife matches the lacerations on the council murder victims.
I have a bad feeling.
Daniel
about
Gates'
this.
gunshot wound came from Montserrat's gun. His blood matches the gunshot splatter in the penthouse.
Sure.
Daniel Gate broke into the council penthouse, started attacking, and Montserrat shot him. Daniel Gate fled here. His blood matches the blood trail that ended at the wall, which answers the who, but not the what the hell. I need to find out more about this guy. Yeah, no kidding. Oof.
Key item obtained.
The key given to me by Daniel Gate. He said it would allow me to use the hidden corridors.
Key item obtained.
And a sample of blood taken from Daniel Gate.
Dynamigate.
Daniel Gate. I gotcha. Holy crap. Okay. So, this poor guy has been living in this bunker for who knows how long. And there's not much else of interest here. Anything else we can get out of you? A secret killer hidden in the depths of paradise. I do so love these islands. So, Carmelina had a kid with Ais Kiwami. And then raised him down here as a freaking assassin. But at the same time, Witness to the End. Was it Witness? I mean, yeah, Witness had the code. Don't know if Witness is the one who actually got it in there, but somebody got it in there. And Witness set it free, specifically a demon, to murder the council. And both these things happened at the same time. Holy crap. And, what's this? The key Daniel Gate gave me fits this lock. May as well tumble down the rabbit hole.
That's weird.
These islands are so weird. What's behind door number 1?
What the
Oh. Hidden corridors. Where am I? These corridors can't be attached to where I found Daniel Gate. That was on the edge of a cliff. Starlight doesn't know where I am. Daniel Gate said his mother is the corridor lady. The blood test confirmed his mother is Carmelina. Did she make
The
these?
investigator is here.
Looks like there are several portals to elsewhere. A couple seem to go to the Syndicate apartments, including what I presume is Witness's balcony. He always gets the biggest balcony so he can watch the island's end. One portal looks like it goes to the lobby of the council building. The other's different. It looks like an amateur job that's punched through into these corridors. Does that one bypass the seals somehow? Oof. Oof. Goodness. Alright, so I'm guessing this is the amateur one? That's just sort of punched... Or wait. Or is that... No, this one must be... I think. Because it's the odd one out of the three. Alright, well... This corridor isn't letting me through. It looks like it goes to a Syndicate apartment. Probably Carmelina's. That would explain how she accessed the corridors. She can visit Daniagate's little lair anytime she needed to. This is so messed up. No kidding. Okay, so that one we can only look at. Enter... Enter... Enter. We can enter all three of the others. This is the entrance to the council building. It takes seconds to get here from Daniagate's vault.
Got it.
Oh, so I guess he didn't come in through that back way. That was whoever brought in the demon. Daniagate referred to his mother as the corridor lady. His blood proves that Carmelina is his mother. I think it's safe to assume that she made these corridors. She's the architect after all.
Sure.
The corridors skip sections of space and allow the user to cross the island in an extremely short space of time.
Don't like this.
Daniagate said he had been trained to kill. Did Carmelina hide him and use these corridors to get him to the council to commit murder last night? The corridor that Daniagate used to escape back to his hideaway wasn't the same as the others.
Got it.
Maybe Daniagate inherited his mother's architectural powers and created it himself. Why didn't Carmelina just make a corridor that bypassed the
The
seals?
investigator is here.
The council kept the seals a mystery to her. If she doesn't know what they are, she probably couldn't build a corridor to a location she doesn't know. Interesting. Carmelina and Witness were together at the time of the murder. There's a 5-minute window when Witness stepped out onto his balcony to take a call from Akiko.
Sure.
Carmelina could have used that time to travel through one of these corridors, get to Daniagate, and take him to the council
I'm
building.
glad to be back.
The trials are going to be exciting. No kidding. Holy crap. Can I, go back? I can go back. Okay, so that's one. Where's this one go? Another weird door.
The hell?
This one leads to Witness's apartment. A network of secret corridors across the island that contained a hidden killer. Carmelina set this plan up years ago. I mean, it would have to have been when this island was being created. It was nearly a perfect plan. If Judge hadn't summoned me, she might have got away with it. She could still get away with it if I don't present the right evidence. This is a bizarre case. Huh. That's pretty dang nifty though, I gotta say. And why did she have one here? Well, since we're here, I think you've got some more info for us, don't you? Hey, Witness.
Witness to the end.
Want to chat, Witness? I must warn you that I am not one for long conversations. How are your plants, Witness?
Gods are watching us.
They do well in the climate of paradise. When the world is coming apart, it is good to have a hobby. Would you like one? I like to give them to people. They are difficult to care for.
Still bathed in the glory of the gods.
They are a test sent from the gods. If we fail to look after them, they will die. If they all die, then we all die. The plants need our time and devotion. So do our gods. Sounds like a burden. A naive way of thinking. I am enjoying our conversations, Lady Lovedeyes. There's a sensitive matter which we could discuss further. What you got?
Sure.
Do you have something you want to tell the investigator? It is about Akiko's phone call after Henry escaped. I can see you are working hard, Lovedeyes, so I will tell you this. I worry that you are doing this for yourself and not the gods, but I am bound to help you. It is their wish. Akiko was supposed to be at the desolation cell, yet I couldn't hear the haunting sounds of that island, nor the sea that surrounds it. What does that mean? Everything? Nothing? You need to work that out. The gods wished you to know, so now you know. Uh-huh. Alright, well,
Why?
why were you butting heads with Montserrat so much? What does that have to do with
I
anything?
need to investigate this.
I need to know why someone was clashing with a murder victim. Our leader was not following the holy mission. His focus was on the island sequences and not the gods. Sounds like he was straying from the path. Yes, I'm glad you understand. Our first priority is to prostrate ourselves before the gods, not to build ourselves a nice home. If our islands fail, then that is the will of the gods. If we trust in them, we will be saved.
Don't like this.
Did that make you angry enough to kill? I know you must ask these questions, but it pains me to hear you question my loyalty and faith.
Paradise feels...
You voted against every proposal he put forward, didn't you? That is the point of our democratic meetings. We all have a say on the direction of the Syndicate. His direction veered away from our holy mission. I voiced my disagreement with
The
it.
investigator is
What kind
here.
of proposals were they? An advancement towards the so-called Perfect 25. I don't care about our new home being perfect if the gods are not there to celebrate with us. Look out to the ocean of madness. So many pyramids sit empty. 24 island sequences and we only have one pyramid resident. We are capable of so much more.
Why?
Why haven't we done more? Montserrat had other plans. Grand resurrections could wait until the island sequences were solved. What is the point of Perfect 25 if the gods remain in pain? I wanted to remind Montserrat of the Syndicate's purpose, so I voted against everything he and the rest of the council put forward.
The facts and the truth.
Did you remind him with a knife by any chance? Absolutely not. It's kind of funny that we know everything we know now, but she's still sort of like, did you kill him? But are you sure you didn't kill him?
Got it.
I checked your building logs. Your story checks out. Of course it does. The righteous have nothing to hide.
Why?
Why were you irritated to see Carmelina? Is that what she told you? I was surprised. It is unlike her to do a social call.
Why?
Why do you think she interpreted that as irritation? I believe she wanted to gloat about the perfect next island. I wasn't in the mood to fawn over her achievements. We have different views on the rush to perfection. Carmelina was in your apartment all last night, right? What about when you stepped out to take a call? I didn't see her out on my balcony. I was over there. I stepped out using my sliding door. So if Carmelina had left by the front door, you wouldn't have seen her? I wouldn't. I also didn't hear the elevator, so if she did leave my apartment, she would only have been out here. Did you hear the elevator every time I have come to speak to you? Now that you present that question to me, I am surprised to say that I didn't. I put it down to exhaustion. I haven't slept. Why are you asking? I'm working on a lead. I mean, the very first time it was because I, snuck up here. Just using my jumping powers. But you know, whatever. Did you see Yuri last night? He is secretary to the architect. Have you spoken to her? Yeah. Alright. Know anything about demons on the island? Demons? I don't. They're a blight on our holy work, corrupting our righteous home. The marshals exterminated them all after they came to the island. There shouldn't be any left. I found the hidden bunker you'd been using to study a killer demon in. That is nonsense.
Paradise feels
No, it isn't. It has a blood vial lock coded to yours and Carmelina's blood vials. Care to explain? Don't play games. That is an old panic room that Carmelina installed on the island. I am not comfortable talking about the times I used to spend with her, but that was our own hideaway for a time. I don't know anything about illegal demonology studying in there. The time you used to spend with her? A discussion for another time. You dialed the number 833-2112-ES9116RD at midnight last night. That call was to a receiver attached to a lock on a crate which contained a killer demon that had been hidden in the council penthouse. I have no idea what you're talking about. Yes, you do. You unleashed that killer demon. No, I didn't. Someone is trying to frame me. That would be one hell of a frame job, buddy.
repulsive.
Bollocks. Did you see the architect last night? I don't know what to tell you other than what I have already said. She came to spend the evening with me here. If you want to know what she did before that, you need to ask her. What do you know about the murder of Grace Bloodlines? Wasn't that case solved years ago? Do you know anything about the Third Holy Seal? The Holy Seals are kept a secret on purpose. Alright, well.
The gods are displeased.
Again, not surprising that you didn't want to admit to it, but whatever. You know who we haven't seen any of today? Is, our little demon friend. I wonder where he's been. And where does this go? That corridor was different. It looks amateurish. This bypasses the seals. A conspiracy crafted from the fabric of the island. Did Carmelina's hidden killer commit the crime to end all crimes? Huh, yeah, and that's where he slid down. Neat.
Got it.
Daniel Nagate. So he was here last night. This corridor must be where Daniel Nagate escaped through. Oof. Man, we've definitely got some pretty good info today. Who to bug next? Hey, jerk.
You know it.
Got time to chat, Yuri? What do you want, freak? You weren't part of the syndicate before I was exiled. Is that a statement or a question? Sometimes people use statements, but raise the intonation at the end to indicate a question. Sometimes people are insufferable. What's your history with the syndicate? I was born to low-ranking syndicate members, barely footnotes in our history. They say children naturally rebel against their parents. I am evidence. They were content to wallow in obscurity, and now I am secretary to the architect. How did... No, thank you. Sorry? I'm not interested in talking with you about myself anymore. Goodbye, freak.
This has been delightful.
Goodbye, Yuri. Relationship increased? Question mark? I've scanned your phone. You can have it back now. Believe me now, freak. No, I don't. The phone records prove my alibi. There's a 10-minute period where your phone went dark. Your alibi has a hole.
Sure.
Lydia told me she lost contact with you last night during this 10-minute window. She tried to contact you while she was waiting at the Paradise Gates just before the murder. And?
Why?
Were you in the council building? You didn't want to be contacted?
Nonsense.
Of course not.
Insufferable.
The reality folding drive might have disrupted the communications. At the end of an island, the folding drive does a final burst to power both islands during the transition. The radiation sometimes causes localized areas of communication and electrical interference.
That's weird.
That seems convenient.
Business is it of your
What do you want me to say? Yeah, as much as you're kind of a jerk, I've kind of figured out that you're not that related. I heard you're missing a ring, Yuri. Of what interest is that to you? Is it this one? Give me that.
Fine is rough.
It's impolite to snatch. Want to tell me what it's doing in the fist of KHX's dead body?
got nothing.
I have no idea. He made it for me and I lost it. Someone probably found it and gave it to him, recognizing his work.
Sure.
Probably. Anything else you want to tell me? I don't know anything else, freak.
Why?
Why did you shut the boat trips down earlier, Yuri?
What business is
What business is it of yours? Just answer the question. It was part of shutting down the island, ready for the end. But why? It never normally happens, and none of the other systems were shut down prematurely.
insufferable?
Don't question how I do my job, freak. I had some security worries and shut it down.
Is this a fact?
Did it have anything to do with a dead body at the bottom of the cliff?
What?
What dead body?
Dare.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but surely this is the jurisdiction of the marshals. You're supposed to be investigating the council murder.
Need to investigate
It might be
the
linked.
facts and the
Did you have anything to do with it? Definitely not, freak. A lot of bad coincidences then. Must be. Did you see the architect last night?
Be snide with
I saw the architect before I started my duties with the fairy woman. You should ask her about the time of the murder, though. I was here. Alright. Well, didn't get anything else of particular interest out of you. But I've, like, for the most part, figured out that you might have killed KHX, but you definitely weren't involved with the council. At least I'm pretty sure. Hey, buddy, got some questions for you.
Don't get dangerous.
But first, got a sec, Doc?
I've got all the time in the world.
I've got all the time in the world for you. You know that.
Missed you, love Dad.
It's been so long since we spent time together. I'm getting this accent completely wrong. You still a wine and whiskey woman?
I have a bad feeling about
Not
it.
a lot of either in the Idle Lands. Want a glass with me? Enjoy the island for a few minutes before getting back to all that murder. I've got a bottle of freedom letter open. I'm working. The offer's there if you change your mind. You're carrying the weight of the syndicate on your shoulders. Shoulders. Don't let it get too much.
Lady love dies.
How does it feel to be investigating again? Time to breathe life back into paradise. Haha, indeed it is.
The investigation
How's the doctor been since I last saw him?
Indeed.
Keeping entertained, you know? It's a small island, but there's always a way to have fun.
Sure.
I'm sure there is. Only one way to find out. Ugh,
I have a bad feeling.
relentless. You don't give up, do you? Can you blame me? It was an unforgettable night, Love Dies. Maybe you've got some time right now. Each second I spend here allows the truth to sink further into the shadows. Paradise can't wait, huh? Feel free to swing by any time, Love Dies. I'll keep that in mind.
Wonderful.
I'm enraptured by you, Love Dies. Besotted, enthralled.
Me.
Where's this going? I understand the key to your heart is information. You desire the unknown. You desire to know about people.
I had nothing to do with
Maybe there's something I can help you with. What do you got for me? You said you might be able to help me.
I had nothing to do with
Love Dies, you've charmed me. Despite the tragedy of last night, this island is infinitely more radiant now that you're here. Because it's you and I can't get you out of my head, I'll break some ethics. I've treated witness for death scream trauma. He started complaining of being able to hear screaming on occasion. We had no idea what the cause was, but it kept happening. I eventually narrowed it down to psychic death screams. Not a fancy name for headaches? Something like that. When somebody dies, they involuntarily emit a death scream and a burst of psychic energy. Normally you can't hear them, but he'd become attuned to them. How? That's still a mystery. I don't know if we'll ever know. He attributes it to the gods' anger. He's all doom and gloom about us not doing enough to please the gods. He's taking it as one of the many signs of the end times. What treatment does he take? High-strength migraine relief. It's the only thing that's worked. What about doing the citizen slaughter ritual at the end of an island? Surely that would be overwhelming. That's different. The priest conducting the ritual channeled the psychic energy released by the slaughter into energy for the gods. It's dissipated away from the island.
Got it.
Does anyone else suffer from them? We had a case on Island 15. A syndicate member killed themselves because they kept hearing them. But no one else on this island. Not in the way Witness does. I think demons can probably feel them. Every demon we've encountered has been attuned to psychic energy. Would this include the demonically possessed? Probably, but I can't say for sure.
Oh.
How would it affect them? I'd imagine a spike in adrenaline. Anything else about Witness?
You've got this wrong.
I've been worried about his mental health.
I'm a professional.
He's become secretive and guarded. It's manifesting in the standard ways, but multiple appointments with him have been interrupted by phone calls. He won't take a call with someone in the room and always steps out onto his balcony. Other people have reported the same thing. Who? Architect Carmelina. She started noticing it several years ago. She's worried that he was slipping into paranoia. Why are you suddenly telling me this? It's been playing on my mind. I've been thinking about last night and the lunatics we have on the island. Then the heavens send an angel to come and question me. So you're breaking patient confidentiality to try and get into my pants?
What?
Is it working? I'll let you know. Oh my god, he's so awful. Alright. Would you kill the council for revenge for the death of your father?
Investigator.
You've got some guts coming onto my yacht, flinging bullshit like that around. Just doing my job, Doc. I'm not a killer. Never have been, never will be, regardless of what happened to my father. Even if it put a Kiko in harm's way. You're jumping to some pretty big conclusions and exhausting my goodwill. My personal life and feelings are none of your business.
Bad.
I didn't kill the council, and there's nothing in this world that would make me a killer.
The island is about to end.
I was a battlefield medic, but didn't carry a weapon. I've seen the nightmare of death and do not intend to inflict it on anyone else, no matter what.
Investigator.
This conversation is over. I've been told that you're in love with Akiko.
A professional.
I assume you paid for that secret. It's none of your business or anyone else's. It has nothing to do with your case. Alright. Did you see Yuri last night? Yuri Knight last night. I didn't see him last night, I'm afraid, Love Dies. Did you experience a comms blackout last night? From the reality folding drive burst? Can't say I did. They're pretty unusual. What about death screams? Could they cause an adrenaline burst? Maybe, but I don't know how you'd weaponize a death scream. What about one of these? Aha!
I'm worried.
It looks like it records death screams. Is that a directional speaker?
Sure.
It is. How would you record a death scream? You could record the brain activity using electrodes. This device looks like it has a crystal in it. Some crystals are capable of recording emotions. The death scream gets written to that, and upon stimulation, the crystal would output the scream. It's a one-shot use, though. You can see that the crystal is burnt out. I could never experience the death screams, as I'm not a sufferer. I presume you want my opinion, though. The demon that possessed Henry is attuned to psychic energy. This could have been used to agitate it. Handy if you want to turn Henry into a weapon. So who set that up? Ah, Witness possibly set it up. You examined Grace's bloodlines when Henry killed her, right, Doc? A nasty one for sure.
Investigator is here.
Was anything odd about the scene of the victim? You mean odd for a case of demonic possession? I didn't get to examine the scene for long. Akiko was in a rush to contain the area, and it was a pretty open and shut case. The markings on Grace were strange, though.
That's weird.
In what way? Henry's other victim, his mother, had the same sigils scorched into her skin as Henry. Grace had those sigils, but they weren't scorched. They looked like they'd been carved in with a blade. The demon inside Henry burns with a cosmic fire, and Henry's victims receive the same branding. So if he killed the council, they'd all carry the sigils? Depends on how he did it. I don't have a lot of evidence to support this, but I expect the sigils to only be scorched on victims he had sustained close contact with. A cut and run probably wouldn't do it, but a strangulation would. I should mention that I would expect the inhibitors to prevent or limit the scorching of those sigils into victims. So why were Grace's sigils cut into her? I wrote it off to the madness of demonic possession. We don't know a whole lot of this kind of thing, so I figured he carved them himself as some kind of ritual. I can't say for sure, though. Thanks for your help, Doc. That's definitely interesting info. What do you know about a photo taken of Grace's throat during your examination? I took photos, but they were confiscated by Akiko, classified or whatever. I found one on the Marshal's server. Can I get your opinion on it? The bruising on the throat looks odd.
Theoretically,
That's because the fingers that did it aren't uniform. In normal strangulation bruising, you can see areas of pressure from the fingertips and the knuckles.
I'm worried.
The pressure on these is misaligned. This is normally because the attacker is wearing jewelry, specifically in this case a ring on their wedding ring finger.
Sure.
What about power armor? No, the gauntlets on the Marshal's power armor are gloves with armor plates on top of the hands. Who wears a wedding ring? Or wore a wedding ring? This was 10 years ago. We have, quite possibly, another hidden suspect. Although, Carmelina did used to wear a wedding ring when she was married to Witness. So it could have been her. Doc, the third seal is a blood lock coded to council blood. Makes sense. Who's got council blood?
Island is about to end.
Is this a trick question, Loved Eyes? Only the council. What if that wasn't true?
Joking.
Are you asking if someone secretly has council blood? That's a stretch, Loved Eyes. What about you? Do you keep samples of council blood? Well, I do for medical reasons. They're locked down, though. Could someone have taken one? They're under high security.
Sure.
Anything suspicious recently? Nope. Anyone been in your clinic who shouldn't be in there recently?
Not nice.
Nope. Though I did catch Sam in there. He was just picking up his prescription, though.
The investigator is here.
Can you check that the council blood samples are all accounted for? Let me just pull up the inventory on my phone. Sorry, the app is taking ages to load. That's odd. There's one missing, but the security alarm didn't go off.
Hey, the hell?
Whose sample is missing? Kafka Memories.
Sure.
There's an anomaly with Kafka's login to the blood lock. This is bad, Loved Eyes.
Don't test me.
You don't need to tell me. This puts you and or Sam at the scene. Dun dun dun. I had nothing to do with this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you didn't. A blood sample from your clinic was found on the seal. You found Sam snooping in your clinic. Maybe he took the sample and used it.
You've got this wrong.
Well, it sure as hell wasn't to me. Why don't we know who Henry's father is? You mean why wasn't that tracked like every other birth? Yes, you're the doctor after all. When she gave birth, she said she didn't know who the father was. What about DNA? Test came up blank.
Don't test.
Isn't that concerning? Very. Not a lot I can do though.
What the hell?
Why would a DNA test come up blank? We missed someone and don't have them recorded. I don't think this is important, Loved Eyes. I'm not sure how this relates to the council murder.
Sure.
What if someone deliberately kept the birth a secret? Why would they do that? Someone having an affair they shouldn't be? It's a possibility, but they need some high-level clearance for that. Or access to you.
The island is about to
And that's quite the accusation, investigator. As Kiwami fathered a child.
The
What?
investigator
The
is
blood
here.
samples match.
investigator.
The only place you could have got a sample of Kiwami's blood is from his grave. You broke into my best friend's grave to get a blood sample. You desecrated the resting place of someone I consider a brother to run around with some conspiracy theory.
What?
We're done here. I like you, investigator, and I'll help you with any genuine lines of inquiry you have, but I won't tolerate this. Do you give Sam blood? Yes, I do. He has a rare condition. You might have noticed he has no flesh, and his skeleton is bright red. The council approved letting him have citizen blood that is let in the temple. He developed this condition a few sequences ago. I suspect his body is starting to give out. Did you see the architect last night? She said that at the crisis meeting that she was at Witness's apartment. Witness can probably tell you more. Did you see Witness to the end last night? I don't know what he was doing, but he's normally in his apartment on the last night of an island. Go ask him. Know anything about demons on the island?
No idea.
What are you talking about, Love Dies? The marshals killed them all off, didn't they? Alright, I think that's all we're getting out of you. For now, at least. Ah, there's still just so many tidbits to get, though. Oh my gosh. Hey, jerk, let me in.
Halt! What do you want, freak?
Architect Carmelina Silent.
Oh, gods, I really don't want to hang out with her, but... Can I ask you something, Architect? How can I help, Lady Love Dies? This island has an air of quietude.
Is its own reward.
Indeed it does. There's a balance here. Where does the balance come from? Positioning of function creates form. The functions of the island are arranged as a diamond on a compass. Everything has a place only it can have. You place function over form.
What you want.
It is folly to prioritize form over function. Without function, a design is worthless. An architect that is scared of function and tries to hide it away is a coward with narrow tastes. How do you mean? It is not happenstance that I choose to expose the workings of the island. For example, electricity meters on the side of buildings are not hidden in a more form-fitting hatch or closet. They are exposed and allow us to appreciate their function. If we can find function visually appealing, we have grown.
We have achieved perfection.
The circumstances you find yourself in are of course terrible, but I do hope you enjoy your time exploring this island. Thank you for your time, Architect.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Investigator, can we discuss something of a delicate nature? Aha. So yeah, that's why I want to try to get some relationship building in, because then they'll tell me more info. Do you have something you want to tell the investigator?
Beg your pardon.
I don't know if this is relevant, but I will disclose it. At midnight, Witness was fiddling with his phone.
Sure.
Did you see what he was doing? I
I
didn't.
don't like this.
Midnight was when the council were murdered. We were in the middle of a conversation. He abruptly took out his phone and started using it. He was tapping at it for a few seconds. Did he step out of the
I have
room?
no idea what you're
No,
talking about.
why do you ask?
I have a bad feeling about this.
That means he wasn't making a call, or if he was, it wasn't one that was answered.
Oh,
Did he say what it was about? No, he acted like nothing happened. So she says that he didn't leave the room. He says he did. But considering we know that she has that secret way out, I kind of trust him on that matter a little more.
sure.
Are you sure you were with Witness all night?
That is its own reward.
Yes, all night. And you didn't leave him for a moment?
Investigate.
Do you have something you wish to ask, Investigator?
I'm as repulsive.
What about when Akiko called him? Didn't he leave the room? He did leave the room to take the call on his balcony. People leave the room for other reasons as well.
Do your job.
Do you wish for me to recall each time either of us went to the bathroom? What if I said that there were secret trans-dimensional corridors crisscrossing the
We have
island?
achieved perfection.
I'd say that you'd spend too long in the scorching
Oh,
sun.
I'm glad to be back.
So you don't know anything about them? I have no idea what you're talking about. To be clear, you are denying crafting secret corridors and hiding a killer within them. Of course I am. That's totally unbelievable. I think you need a rest, Investigator. Crime doesn't rest, so nor do I. Let's see you explain this away in the trials. Explain what? A total fantasy? We'll see. What else we got? Did Witness look like he was in pain when the council were murdered?
Beg your pardon?
You know about his illness? Witness suffers greatly whenever someone dies on these islands, be they citizen or syndicate member. Last night he doubled over in pain, breathless in agony. He suffers so much when there is a death. Yuri claims that the reality folding drive caused a comms blackout last night. Is that something that can happen with the reality folding
I
drive?
have no idea what to do.
Why are you asking me? The drive is operated by Masahiro Heavy Industries, but none of their representatives are left on Paradise. You're the architect, so I thought you might know something. I can't help you with the specifics, but there have been instances of the drive causing blackouts at the end of an island. Did you experience it last night? No, they are localized though, so that isn't to say it didn't happen. The drive performs a burst to power each island. It throws a lot of radiation and particles out into the air. If Yuri was in a patch of radiation, it would have caused a blackout temporarily. Do you think it is convenient that it happened around the time of the murder?
This cowardly
Do you?
DCA investigator.
That's what I'm trying to work out. Yuri is a loyal member of the Syndicate. You'd do well to focus on the real suspect instead. Yeah, you. Alright, anywho. Hey! What are you doing hiding here, Shinji? You know what I like. Long walks on the beach. Something on the beach, if you know what I'm saying. I was going to say knives. I like knives. I like knife crime. A good stab, an excellent slash. You put a knife in the right hand and you can change the world. Okay. That's certainly a thing you said right there. Ooh. Malicious secretive cassettes. The Syndicate monitor all phone calls so citizens record messages for each other on cassette tapes. Huh. Makes sense. Let's see if I can make this jump. I made it. It stretches further than you think, Loved Eyes. This has been millennia in the making. This could bring the whole syndicate down. Shinji, did you kill the council? Are you out of your mind, Loved Eyes? I'm a crippled demon that can barely maintain a physical form. I'm barely in this realm of existence. There's no way I can go crazy with a knife and kill the whole council. Besides, why would I kill the council? Spite? You seem the type. I ain't got time for spite. You syndicate aren't as big a deal as you think you are. Just 'cause you got your noble mission doesn't mean you're shit. There are a lot of planets out there. Don't give me this shit about killing them. I ain't one of your I'm starting to lose Shinji's voice. I ain't one of your suspects. It's impossible. Wait a second. Did you just break the fourth wall on us, Shinji? And mention that you're not on the suspect list? You little... Ah. Hi, Crimson.
Crimson Undead.
Got time for a chat, Crimson? Tell me about your blessing. The 19th Island incident. It was a weird island from the beginning. Strange feeling in the air, like it was a powder keg waiting to go. About 2 centuries into it, the demonic invasion happened. Think it was a setup?
Secrets breed mysteries.
You mean by the Syndicate? A conspiracy? I don't think so. We discovered an Eden cult in the apartments. They had convinced themselves a passing comet was the god. They were amateurs, but managed to reach out into space. The demons flooded in. Why was this invasion so bad? Akiko and the marshals hit the cult hard. Real shock and awe response. The apartments were demolished before the corruption set in. We thought we'd got them, but the cult had a trick. There was a possessed cult member chained up in the sewers. The marshals missed them in their sweep, high on successfully wiping out the apartments. The guy in the sewers let the demons slowly seep into the island. The foundations of the island became rotten. Then the demons attacked. Swarms of them came from underground. Everyone took up arms. So you fought the fight and got blessed? Not just a pretty face, lady. Akiko and her marshals were pinned down at the temple. I held the line at the council building. Akiko's never forgiven me. She was convinced the demon general would go for the temple. I believed otherwise. After the battle, the gods blessed me, and I got this new head. Storytime's over, lady. Be glad I didn't charge you for this. Go save paradise instead of hanging around in a sewer. I'll be back for another story. Alright, we got a few more things we could maybe chat about.
Got it.
Yuri's got some things to say about you.
My way.
I bet he does. He isn't my biggest fan. He says you want to be a soldier again. Says you want to be in the
What do
marshals.
you mean?
How do you two start talking about that?
Sure.
Asking around about motives. And he thinks that's enough to be my motive. That I'd kill the council just to try to get to be a marshal. Are you denying it?
Secrets breed
No,
mysteries.
it's true. Lady, do you really think that's a motive for mass murder? It sounds tenuous to me. I'm glad you said that. I was dreading the snakes getting to you.
Thank you.
It's no secret I want out of a life forced on me. I would love to be a soldier again.
Honey.
It has to be done the right way, though, not through mass murder. Did you see Yuri last night? Yuri handles Lydia on the last night of an island. You should speak to her. Did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality folding drive burst? Not down here. Those are very rare, lady. If he's using that as an alibi, you need to be skeptical. No kidding. Alright, you're gonna try to make me pay for this one, aren't you? Oh, no. Already told you, one of the gods was Voth, Akiko's lover. Akiko must be pretty upset.
Strange.
You haven't heard anything strange about the marshals on the night?
Big boy.
Things take a little while to flow downstream. Need to wait for loose lips. Do you know anything about the Third Holy Seal?
Nice doing business.
I know that it will cost you. Sure. Nice doing business with you. It's a blood lock.
Strange.
How do you know that? I have my ways. Someone let it slip. Who? Eyes Kiwami. What made him tell you? That will always be my secret. Who else knows? Who can say? May the gods carry him through the cosmos, but he was easy to manipulate. He had a weakness for women and easily gave in to cosmic fear.
Big boy.
Who knows who talks to who on this island? Who knows what secret meetings happen in quiet rooms? Who knows what gets said when someone has the fear of the gods put into them?
Don't like this.
Well, that narrows it down. Do you know anything about how the council entered the penthouse?
Secrets breed mysteries.
If I knew the secrets of the seals, we wouldn't be doing this dance. I don't mean the seals. I mean, how do they go in and out? How do they go in and out frequently? Are they in there every day? The penthouse is reserved for special business. It takes a lot to get the council in there. Big buildings can be hardly ever used. Montserrat loves his concrete. He wanted something large and imposing, something to reach to the heavens without the audacity of Babylon. Why not build it on the mountain if he wants to reach to the heavens? The mountain is reserved for holy grounds. The temple is carved into it. You don't argue with the high priestess. Anyway, Montserrat decided that the council would only enter the penthouse together. His paranoia was growing unabated. Did you know he always carried a gun? The old Montserrat never used to do that. So it would be weird if I have evidence of a council member entering by themselves 2 days before the murder. If a council member did that, they'd be going directly against our leader. Risky move. None of us are privy to everything that happens with the council, so I can't say for sure. I haven't heard anything about council members disobeying him, though. If that's the evidence you've got, something is definitely suspicious. Got any product that relates to Henry's father?
Have my way.
Digging in the past, lady. Is there truth in the mists of time? An investigator investigates. The Third Holy Seal is a blood lock that requires council blood. I need to know where Henry got that blood from. Henry's father is an odd one, isn't it? The Syndicate control this island. The citizens monitored like cattle. This slipped through, though. I've been trying to find out the answer myself. I don't like unknowns. I haven't got much, but I do have something to sell. Nice doing business with you. I've got records of some private financial transactions between Rena Division and Ice
The
Kiwami.
investigator is here.
So yeah, they're... the suspect is half-brothers with the guy who was used by one of the culprits to kill... what kind of transactions? Eyes was giving her money. Henry was born 27 years ago, right? These transactions date back to 27 years and 5 months ago. And? I thought you were an investigator. Why would a powerful council member be giving personal money in secretive transactions to a female citizen 5 months before her only child was born? Oh. Crimson, you got the inside track on demons on the island? You mean Shinji? She knows about Shinji!
Is here.
Let's start with Shinji.
Thank you.
He's a little arsehole, but he's harmless. You've met him. Why hasn't he been captured? He's weak. He has to choose when and where to physically manifest himself, so he avoided capture. You've not reported him? He's helped me with a few things. He's seen things I haven't. The island's going to end. He's too weak to do anything, so what's the harm? Could he have killed the council? No way. He has limits. He can barely hold physical objects. His weakened astral body conflicts with our reality. What about other
We're
demons?
in a dark time.
On the island? I assume the marshals got them all after the Henry incident. So you're not aware of any other demons on the island that might have gone into the council penthouse last night and redecorated it in a nice shade of viscera? What do you know about secret demonology labs? You mean the one in the dead zone, coded to witnesses and Carmelina's blood vials? Good work, lady. I've been in it, but I don't know how it was kept a secret. I think it was an old panic room Carmelina designed into the island. I've never been in there, but I realized Witness was up to something a while back. He managed to keep it a secret from everyone else, but I have ways of finding things out. Why did he start down this dark path? Witness wants to understand why Paradise fails. The fail point is demonic corruption. It rots the islands and causes the end of a paradise. I need to find out more. Did you see the Grand Marshal last night?
Work.
I didn't see Akiko last night. You should speak to her. Did you see the architect? I heard she was hanging out with Witness last night. Seems odd. Did you see the doctor last night?
Business is
I know something about his clinic, but won't charge you. Find the back door. Already did. Is there anything else you can tell me about Henry's movements last night? I got nothing more than what Akiko says. Did you see Lydia and Sam last night? Lydia should have been doing her fairy woman duties. The log at the gate should confirm something about that. What do you know about Henry's demonic possession 10 years ago?
that's strange.
Henry's possession worries me. Nothing has surfaced about it. It's either as they say, or someone is keeping it a secret. How did he get the knowledge to communicate with the gods? The library in the HQ is full of forbidden grimoires. What do you know about the escape last night? Secrets about that haven't worked their way to me about Henry's escape. If you think there's more to it, then there might be physical evidence near the scene. If what the report says is true, the only way to the council building is through the Syndicate HQ. If he went through there, he'd have been logged. Check the Nightmare computer logs. And what do you know about the Fourth Holy Seal? It's an open secret that it requires some kind of godliness to get through. An open secret? Word got out a while back. From who? Not sure, it just kind of bubbled up. Someone probably got loose-lipped after a drink. So, everyone in the Syndicate would know how to breach it. Not the specifics, but if anyone says they don't know anything about it, they're lying. Trying to cover their asses now you're here. Time to uncover some asses.
Good work.
Go get 'em, Tiger. Gotta uncover those asses, alright. Let's buy some Starlight skins.
Business is booming.
Oh, and that's all she's got for us. Investigation freak. Can she breathe life back into paradise? Glimpse of serenity. The start of the day is filled with so much promise. Anything could happen. It won't. Impassable space. This area of space can only be traversed by an ancient race of octopus-like creatures. Their bodies harden into crystals to protect them from innumerable micro-maelstroms. And possible crucible. One school of thought claims this area of space is the crucible of life. Another school of thought contests that it isn't, but hasn't provided an alternative. Oh, billion stars starlight. All those stars looking down on us every night. Harrowing, isn't it? What do they want? Why do they watch? Fleeing moon! The moon will be back. It has to be. It always is. Pop art starlight skin. The colors of paradise. Huh. Neat. Alright. Well, I think that's enough for today's episode. We've definitely learned some more info, and we're getting closer and closer to having every bit of the truth. Although I imagine some bits won't come out until we're actually at court. Trial? Whatever you want to call it. But, in the meantime, we can do everything we can to gather all the info we can find. And, yeah. If you enjoyed this episode, please do all the usual YouTube garbage, you know how it is. And, share, whatever, you know. Alright, I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody!